KTM 1290 Super Duke RR revealed as brand's flagship high-performance street fighter. KTM has announced the KTM 1290 Super Duke RR 2021, which is lighter and more efficient than its predecessor. The premiere of the new motorcycle did not come as a big surprise since, over the past few months, various news appeared on the network with spy photos, drawings from patents, and other information. This version goes a step further in terms of performance, adding more equipment focused on track use and less weight without losing any previous strengths of a motorcycle that has 180 horsepower from a huge two-cylinder V-engine. The 2021 KTM 1290 Super Duke RR's main innovations. KTM engineers worked on the new KTM 1290 Super Duke RR with one goal in mind: to make the ultimate high-performance street fighter. The new model weighs 9 kilograms, 20 pounds, less than its predecessor. Less weight is always more fun. Overall, it weighs almost 180 kilograms, 400 pounds. Now it can easily compete with Harley-Davidson motorcycles, which are known for their weight limits. The 1301cc engine produces 180 horsepower, which means the Austrian manufacturer has achieved a power-to-weight ratio of 1:1. The 1290 Super Duke RR became lighter thanks to carbon components, lighter wheels, and a lighter rear section. The body parts as well as the lower tail cover were made of carbon. In addition, they used a lithium-ion battery, which was a nice choice. It provided -2.5 kilograms, 5.5 pounds, from the weight of the motorcycle. Updated electronics with very flexible customization. The electronics bring new features with the new track and performance driving modes where you can adjust each parameter from the slip allowed on the rear wheel to the throttle response or engine retention. In addition, considering its use on the track, it has a single seat with a subframe made of carbon fiber. Also, it has mechanized and adjustable levers and foot pegs. The only downside is that the specified series will be released in a limited edition. There will only be 500 units of the KTM 1290 Super Duke RR, so it will be a difficult bike to see on roads. And all of them are already booked. The standard 1290 Super Duke R is an adrenaline junkie's dream. It has the spirit of a supermoto and a view down over the bars like standing on a cliff edge. It's rapid, uber grunty, lives for wheelies and corners, and in its major update last year enjoyed even more refinement, in a bid to tempt riders away from their Aprilia Tuono V4s and Ducati Streetfighter V4s. Rain stopped play during our track test of the RR, so we had to take to the roads instead. As it turns out, it's perhaps more impressive than it would have been flat out in the dry, possibly. Plush WP forks and shock not only give a sumptuous ride but find grip where lesser suspension wouldn't, and semi-slick Michelin Power Cup 2 rubber digs in harder in a straight line than they have any right to in the wet. New 1.5 kilograms lighter wheels help the RR turn easier, too. KTM could have used lighter ones still, but they were shelved after former MotoGP god Jeremy McWilliams noticed they flexed in attack mode at full lean. Brembos have masses of power and cornering abs, but we didn't trouble either in the conditions. The 1290 Super Duke RR is lighter to the tune of 9 kilograms. KTM claim a 1:1 power-to-weight ratio, but that's based on the engine making 180 horsepower. HP is slightly more than bhp, and weighing 180 kilograms bone dry. More realistically, the RR weighs a claimed 189 kilograms ready to go with no fuel and 200 kilograms with its 19-liter tank 90% full. It's lighter than most of its rivals except the new BMW S1000R, 199 kilograms, and Triumph Speed Triple 1200 rupees, 198 kilograms. With its upright riding position and lots of space between pegs and seat, the Super Duke has always been one of the roomiest of its rivals. The RR keeps that friendliness but locks you in to let you feel more of what's going on beneath you. Its new seat is 12 mm taller, 847 mm, and can be adjusted down to 837 mm via shock length adjustment, and its wide bars are 4-way adjustable, and can be moved 22 mm from front to rear. In their standard position, your weight is slightly more over the front wheel, a bit like clip-ons, but not as wristy. Tweaks to the fuel tank gives you more elbow room at full lean, too. KTM's Monster 178 bhp, 1301 cc twin motor is unchanged from the R, but with fewer kilos to lug around. Acceleration is that bit sprightlier. Not that it was that easy to hang on to in the first place. Its extra responsiveness is helped by a quicker action throttle with a 65-degree opening, 7 degrees less than R. A titanium Akrapovic slip-on can doesn't make any difference to performance or add extra loudness, but a full racing system will, and KTM will sell you one for an extra £2,264 and 28 pence. It can still be a mixed bag living with a KTM. Most owners enjoy a trouble-free experience, but some suffer minor electronic and mechanical issues, so make sure you buy from a reputable dealer. With its exclusivity and high level of spec, you need to compare the 1290 Super Duke RR to the special ones, rather than the usual super naked suspects, so that's the likes of the Ducati Streetfighter V4S and MV Agusta Brutale 1000 RR. The KTM is the more refined, exciting machine, although its off-road-inspired looks aren't as glamorous or evocative as its Italian counterparts. The RR's lithium-ion battery is 2.5 kilograms lighter than the R's, and everything from the front mudguard, brake cooling scoops, ignition lock surround, sculpted fuel tank infill panels, undertray, hugger and chain guard are carbon fiber. The carbon subframe, with an alley support, weighs just 800 grams. Number plate hanger and indicators, incorporating taillights, can be removed with just 4 bolts. Front brake and clutch levers are adjustable, and Giles 12-position CNC machined aluminium rear sets have carbon heel guards and short, grippy pegs for track work. The rear brake and gear lever, which can be turned around for race shift, are 3-way adjustable, too. WP Apex Pro 7746 shock is adjustable for preload, rebound and compression damping, but also length, letting you sharpen, slow the steering and maximize grip. Fully adjustable WP Apex Pro 7548 close cartridge forks are clamped by a 320 grams lighter CNC machined alley top yoke with the same 32 mm offset as the R. The electronics that you have to pay extra for with the R version are all standard on the RR. 9-stage traction, adjustable engine maps, the ability to disable the anti-wheelie, launch control, an up-down shifter, engine braking control, an adaptive brake light, and performance and track riding modes to give you more delicate control over traction, wheelies and engine braking.